Property managers are fleeing the industry. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because I'd like to have a look and a talk about this article from the Fin Review about property managers fleeing the industry. Now we know we've had the moratorium on rental evictions, we've had all legislation and changes come through from the government. So think about it, you've got tenants who just can't pay, so they're putting pressure on the property managers. You've got landlords who maybe they're desperate for that money. They need it to service their mortgages, and they're putting pressure on the property managers. And there are these people that are stuck in between. You know, all these rules coming in. You've got people asking for help here, people saying, I need the money here. It seems like a nightmare, to be quite honest. It really does. So stress prompts 30% of property managers to leave the industry. I'm not at all surprised, guys. So I thought we'd have a look at just the average property manager sales and try and get a bit of a feel. Salary. You can see there's my Freudian slip. I assume that property managers, it's a stepping stone, a journey to become a real estate agent. And perhaps I'm incorrect there. Let me know in the comments if I'm off the mark. So let's have a look at the average salary in Australia. The average salary is about 52,000, their base salary. It varies from 41. I'm going to change that to yellow. It varies from 41 up to 72, but average of, the average, guys, is smack bang 1,000 a week. So right down the medium. You get the range, bonuses, $500 to 11,000, profit sharing a tiny amount, commissions. I mean, there you go. Total pay, there's the range, 41 to 71,000. So pretty average salary for what you have to do, guys. But then again, it's not, it's not really a job you need a university degree for, is it? It's just a property management job. So gender breakdown, 83% female, 16.8% male. No health benefits because it's Australia. And here are the skills. You need property management, customer relations, leadership, customer service, operations management. So lots of front end dealing with people. And that could be pretty tough. I mean, I always assumed, because we'll look here at the career path, I always assumed this was just the job people did on the stepping stone to become a real estate agent. You do your time dealing with customers, and you start to learn all the paperwork and the processes. That's what I assumed. But here's the career path, because it doesn't say anywhere you go from property manager to real estate agent. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You can become a senior property manager and then a property manager again, or a supervisor or a BD person, or you go into office management or assistant property manager, or 30% are now leaving the industry. So let's look at some of these Glassdoor reviews, everyone. This is where people can put reviews of their jobs and their businesses. So I picked Ray White for us to look at because it's a well-recognized large real estate brand here in Australia, and that you can find them everywhere. So we'll start at the bad reviews first, because they're the most interesting ones, So he worked there for less than a year, so not very long. Entry level in the industry. That's what I thought it was. The entry level to get in. Poor management and below average salary. Well, it is pretty, or maybe they got below average at that one they went in, but there you go. So below average salary. Poor management. I mean, it's going to be tough in these type of jobs, There's probably no... How much are the real estate agents actually making doing this? You want to really minimize the time that your staff spend on it to maximize your profit. I'm sure you could automate it as much. So here we go. Doesn't recommend negative outlook. Terrible to work for Ray White. And this is from Bundy. But this is from 2019, so these could be a bit old. These are just, well, I think to give us an understanding of the industry, what it's like to work there. Let us know in the comments if these are accurate. Used to work there full-time for more than a year. Pros, none. Horrible to work for. Amateur. Promised big delivery small. Okay, promised big delivery small. Just in it for the money. Well, isn't that what work is? You are just in it for the money? Advice to management. Honor your commitments to customers. Okay. So someone's probably a bit angry there. Here's another one. A toxic workplace. Full-time for more than a year. Another doesn't recommend negative outlook. Get to meet lots of different people due to high staff turnover. Okay, maybe this is a particular issue with this premises here. You know, maybe some problems there. I mean, here's the thing: in a smaller business like this, it could just be personal issues from the boss or the owner, or stress coming down that can cause this. Nasty, toxic workplace. No one has a nice word to say about staff, landlords, and vendors, as well as buyers. The office blames everything on everyone else and take no responsibility at all. Advice to management: change jobs. Not one of you are management material. So here's a dead-end job. And this one isn't from Bundy. This is again in Queensland. Why are all the negative ones in Queensland, guys? So, worked there for more than 3 years. Doesn't recommend negative outlook. Pro, the paycheck, I would have to say, is the only pro. So, abuse by disgruntled customers. Now, I can see that. This is a customer-facing role, so you're going to cop it. It's like retail. You know, and if you haven't been through retail and just copped it from customers, it can be quite shocking. And you're thinking, you know, putting up with this for a few dollars an hour. So, abuse by disgruntled customers who have been ripped off and had their rental bonds taken, despite leaving their rental properties in good condition. I don't know how they are still in business. They have staff posting online reviews of the business. They were sued by a buyer who was awarded $313,000 in damages, plus legal costs. The boss had to sell the second office to cover that we were constantly abused by clients due to the conduct of the owners. I would definitely not recommend this as a career move, working for this agency. Advice to management: I really don't know how they're still in business. They had to sell their second office after a buyer took legal action through the courts for false advertising and deceptive conduct. Okay, so let's have a look at some more positive views. We've seen some examples here of just the frustrations in working in this job. Not that I'm particularly surprised. So expect more. So this is from WA. I've been working at the Ray White full time. Great people to work with in a good environment. Cons: I feel like I'm getting underpaid. I was led on to expect more. Talk to employees on their thoughts. Talk to employees on their thoughts. Well, maybe you should go to your boss and talk to them for your thoughts, or give them your thoughts, or ask for a pay rise. You know, that's kind of what you got to do, or change jobs. Here we go. This is 5-star reviews, but it's called average. Average. How does average get 5 stars? Is that the world that we're in now, guys? 5 stars is average. Been working there full time. This is Geelong. This is in Melbourne. Average, no major issues. Cons: the salary seems low to me. So how is that? How is this a 5-star review, guys? You tell me. You tell me. So that's given us a little bit of an insight into the industry, how much they're paid, some of the stuff these people have to put up with. So let's have a look at this article from the Fin Review. That stress is prompting 30% of property managers to leave the industry. And I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, honestly, this could be an industry that can be automated even more. I can see, disruptions coming to this industry. Why would you go to a real estate agent? Surely there'd be apps that could do it. There'd have to be some disruption coming here. High stress levels and mental health issues amplified by the pressure of the pandemic have caused up to 30% of residential property managers to leave their jobs over the past year, according to industry leaders who warn there is no short-term fix to the problem. Victorian real estate agencies have been hardest hit. Lee Calnan, president of the Real Estate Institute of Victoria, estimates that 1 in 3 of the state's property managers have left the industry since the lockdowns and rental moratoriums began late last March. It's been a very stressful period, and people have left the industry for their mental health and well-being after having to continually deal with people being rude and unreasonable, both landlords and tenants, she said. I can't say I'm surprised. For what you're getting paid. There comes a point where you think, the 50 grand you're getting paid a year, putting up with all the abuse and BS, you just go, nah. Homes and incomes were threatened. Property managers were standing in the middle, copping all that angst. Well, who's to blame? Who's to blame? Who do you think? I'll have a shot of coffee, and you kind of let us know who you think's to blame. Good friends of government, guys. She said the industry has lost a lot of experience. It's not a generation thing. We're talking people in the industry for 20 years who just didn't want to do this anymore. In addition, weak demand from prospective employees wanting to join the industry created even more work pressure on those who remained. It's probably not going to get any easier. There's no short-term fix, she said. Wages for property managers are also relatively modest at $70,000 a year, according to an industry insider, which for some might make the decision to leave easier. Wait, so they're saying $70,000 a year, and what did we get here from Glassdoor? The Glassdoor Review. We were getting 50,000 as well. This is over all of the industry. They're probably talking about the Victorians. So the Victorians are probably at the upper range. So yeah, the average salary isn't 70 grand for the rest of us in this country here, guys. You know, but there we go. Emily Sim, Chief Executive of Property Management at Ray White. Oh, look at that. Said that around 20% of its team decided their mental health was worth more than the intense pressure of their job and quit. But for many, it was a slow burn. We certainly get the sense that people got to the end of the first 6 months, an October-November period, and that was when people started to say, I'm done, I'm out, Ms. Sim said. In addition to the increased job pressure, working remotely also presented mental health challenges for many staff, she said. A lot of property managers are people. So to have to work from home meant they had to learn a new way of working, and I think that added weight to the difficulty. Arch Staver from real estate agency Nelson Alexandra in Melbourne agreed that working from home created additional challenges for both residential and commercial property managers, with the situation further complicated by a lack of clear government direction. Anxious landlords would constantly be calling. Tenants would be emailing saying they don't know if they had a job. It was probably the most stressful period in the industry I can recall over 35 years, he said. We desperately tried to assist our property managers by having weekly Zoom meetings with a trained psychiatrist and counsellor. We did lose a couple of property managers. We would have preferred not to. They didn't go to another agency, so people are getting out. People are getting out. They're leaving it because of the stress. Can you blame them, guys, for what you're getting paid, even if you're getting the 70 grand paid? I mean, how far does that go these days? These were people who just thought it was time for a career change, which was interesting in that it was done at such a precarious time. They wanted out. Tim McKibben, Chief Executive of the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales, said more property managers had left the industry in Australia's largest state than at any other time. The agent is having to absorb all the emotional energy and all of that stress, and as soon as they've sorted one issue, they put the phone down and make the next call. McKibben said, it's not surprising. They've found it very, very difficult. So I can't say I'm surprised that people are leaving the industry, guys, with what we're seeing here, with all of these other issues put onto a job that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't respect that much. I mean, it could be frustrating. It really could be. You're always stuck in the middle. So what's the solution, everyone? What's the solution? Well, I'd suggest keep improving your skills so you have an escape plan. So you're not in a situation where you're stuck in such a horrible job that you can't get out. You need to have side gigs going on. You need to have multiple income streams going on. You need to, learn and improve. That's the only suggestion I could give to that. But that's more like general advice, particularly if you're in a career that you're not enjoying or something disrupts it. What would you do, guys? Would you stick around? As always, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links on Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.